Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time watching, then welcome. Today I'm going to be doing another look using my XO Beauty Native palette. I've used this palette a few times already before and I'm already really liking it, but I wanted to try out, some of the other shimmer shades. I really want to try the shimmery silver shade, hence why I'm doing this video today, because I really want to use that shade. Originally I was going to do a halo eye for this look, but I'm just like a cut crease kind of girl, so I really wanted to do a cut crease, but I was just a bit worried that it would be too much of the same type of thing, and I'd be doing too many like cut crease looks. But to be honest, I really don't care, so I'm going to be doing a cut crease today. Cut creases have always kind of been my favourite style to do, and I just think they look so effective. So yeah, I'm just going to do what I like, because that is the whole purpose of this YouTube channel. As you can see, I've gone back to doing the kind of drawn on brow look. This is mainly just because the other way takes too much time. So doing the like individual hair strokes has been taking up way too much time in the mornings. When I went to work with my eyebrows like this, a lot of people said they actually preferred it like this, so I'm going to go back to this for a while and just see how it goes. Also, I got my hair redone, so like I got more highlights, and my eyebrow pen that I've been using from Anastasia Beverly Hills, it's quite dark. It's dark brown, and my hair is a lot lighter than it first was when I got the brow pen for the first time. So it's just too dark for me at the moment. So when I can afford to spend $50 on a single brow product, then I might like kind of integrate the two together. But for now, that's kind of not gonna happen. I'm still kind of undecided on which brow style I prefer. It's kind of a bit of a shock to see myself with these brows again after like 2 or 3 months of doing the other style of brows. So I'm gonna like give it some time and see like how I feel about it. But I'd be interested to hear what you guys think. Like, what type of brow style do you prefer on me? Do you like the fluffy brow or the more defined brow? Because they both have their advantages and their disadvantages. I feel like I'd like to do a combination of the two types of brows, like defined on the outer kind of tip of the eyebrow, and then on the inner kind of do like the individual hair strokes to kind of blend it out into like the center of the eye. But yeah, like I said, I don't have a brow pen in the right shade for that, so that's gonna have to be like something that I do in the future perhaps. Also, I've been using the Makeup Revolution concealer lately, and I kind of just got this because like a lot of people said that it was really good. It was really affordable, like $10 or under, so I thought I'd give it a go. But I'm not sure exactly how I feel about it. Like, it's definitely good for like highlighting like under the eyes, to use as an eyeshadow base and all that, but I don't feel like it doesn't really conceal much. Like, if I put it on my chin, I normally just do that for highlighting, but it's also good because when I use my other concealers, it just kind of conceals the pimples that I have on my chin, because lately I've been getting a lot of those. I just found that it doesn't really conceal. Like, it straight away after I've applied it, it will like rub off on the pimple, so the pimple kind of pokes through, and no matter how many layers I do and like I'll put a bit more on, I'll set it, it just keeps rubbing off and it doesn't really conceal. So I've been having to use like a different concealer for that, so it's not really like as multi-purpose as I would like it to be. Like the Too Faced concealer, it does it all, so I don't know if it's worth it for the low price tag, but I'm kind of interested to see what you guys think about that as well. Have you tried the Makeup Revolution concealer? Do you like it? What's your thoughts? Let me know down below, because yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about it. But anyway, now I'm all sorted to start doing the eye makeup, so let's get on into it and try out some more shades from the Native palette. Okay, so eyebrows, concealer on the eyes to be our base. So I'm using concealer today because I'm using like neutral brown shades, and like I said, I think in my last video using this palette, we don't really need it to be white to use the brown shades because it kind of like is in the same tone, so it's not gonna matter too much what base we use. Lately I've been doing the crease, like I'll pack on the darkest shade first and then I'll go move my way out to the lighter shades and kind of blend like that, but it can be kind of difficult to get the blend right doing it like that, and it can take a lot longer. So I decided today I'm going to do it the opposite way around and just see if that makes it a bit easier, because I remember that being quite easy back in the day. I'm not sure why I kind of changed, and I'm hoping to kind of save some time on the blending doing it like this. So it's a little bit of an experiment, but yeah, let's see how it goes, because I might start doing this more often if it turns out well. So going in with a fluffy blending brush and this shade here called Ruru, we're going to use this as a transition shade and apply this to the crease. So I'm using small circular motions and kind of buffing that into the crease all the way from the tear duct around to the outer corner of the eye. And I'm going to kind of flick this up at the outer corner and turn this into a bit of a winged eyeshadow shape, making sure I get this color kind of built up and, you know, really blended nicely before moving to the next shade, Kiwi, and a domed crease brush. And I'm applying this in the same way that I applied the first shade, but I'm just gonna, you know, stick to a smaller area and just kind of deepen that up using this shade. So again, applying in small circular motions and just making sure the color's nice and even and nice and blended all the way out to, you know, the winged part. Now, just to add a little bit more depth, I'm going to go in with a little pencil brush and this shade here called Falcon, and just use that to deepen it up just slightly right in the crease there, just to kind of, yeah, give it a bit more dimension and make it a bit more bold and deep, but still keeping it nice and blended. I think the crease is looking pretty good now. I'm actually really happy with the way I've done it today with the transition shade first and then blending into that. I just feel like I've spent so much less time blending than I normally would. So I think I'm definitely going to do that more often, like if I'm just kind of doing the one shade in the crease, whereas like if I'm doing like a, say, pink, orange and yellow, then I will do it the other way, just so you can see the 3 different colors. But this way, if you're just doing one color, a lot easier. Now I'm going to carve out the crease, but I'm also going to cut corners a little bit here, because that is the theme of today's video, is doing everything as fast and simply as possible. So normally I would use Vaseline and kind of clean the eyelid and get that prepped to do a cut crease. I'm just going to go right ahead and start carving out the crease using a base, because I just want to see if it's actually necessary to clean the eyelid first. Like, I think when using bright colors then probably, but maybe not so much in a look like this. So I'm going to give it a go and see how it goes. Hopefully it turns out okay. I'm sure it will. I survived before I started doing this, so it'll be fine. So I'm going to carve out the crease now, obviously, if you hadn't gathered. So I'm just going to go in with a flat rounded concealer brush and any eyeshadow base. So I'm just going to use concealer this time, because like I was saying before, I'm using kind of neutral colors, so I don't think that a white base is necessary. So I'm just carving out the crease, like doing a full cut crease, rounded along the socket of the eye, and just getting that nice and kind of packed on, get a nice even kind of base. Using patting motions, of course, because that is going to give us the nice round crisp edge, and it's also going to make sure that the eyeshadow doesn't blend in with the concealer, so that we can keep the concealer nice and blank for, you know, the next shades to go on to. Okay, now we're going to add some eyeshadow on top of the concealer that we've carved out the crease with. So starting with Falcon, the darkest shade, and the same brush that I used to apply that, and I'm just going to very slightly bring this across onto the concealer. So only the tiniest little bit, because then I'm going to go in with Kiwi and the same brush that I used for that shade and just blend that across onto the eye. I want the main focus to be the Kiwi shade, so that's why I only want the smallest amount of Falcon on the eye so that you can see the Kiwi shade more. Then I'm going to just go back in with Ruru and the same brush that I used for that and again just blending that across onto the eye just slightly to kind of buff out the edges of what we've just applied. Then on the remainder of the cut crease, using a small all over shader brush, I'm applying Māui, the silver shimmery shade, and that's just going to cover the entire rest of the eye and blending that slightly across over the brown shades in the outer corner, making sure that all of the concealer is covered by eyeshadow and we're not leaving any spaces where the concealer is still visible. Okay, moving on to the under eye, I'm starting off by applying my Makeup Revolution concealer using that same brush that I used for the cut crease. Then I'm going to start off with Falcon, the darkest brown shade, and I'm just going to do this in the kind of outer half of the under eye and just buffing that on and getting that nice and dark. Then I'm going to go in with Kiwi, the second darkest brown shade, same brush as well, and just applying that this time to the entire under eye and getting that nice and packed on again and trying to keep the edges as blended as possible. And last but not least, going in with Ruru, the lightest brown shade, and the same blending brush that I was using for that, and using that to blend out the entire under eye and just making sure that the colours are not only blended in together but also blended out down towards the lower half of the face. Okay, so I finished off the under eyes and I quickly did my face makeup off camera, so the majority of it anyway, because I'm going to add highlight. I'm going to highlight the eyes first, so I'm going to go in with the Native palette and going in with the lightest shimmery shade Mānuka and a small pencil brush. I'm applying that to my tear duct and my brow bone. Okay, and now for the rest of my face, I'm going to go in with my Lime Crime Opals highlight and going in with this shade here called Gold. And using a large fluffy highlighting brush, I'm applying this to my cheekbones, the tip of my nose and my cupid's bow. Okay, now for a bit of lipstick, so I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink in the shade Savant. Okay, so the last thing left to do is just to apply mascara and eyelashes. I'm also going to be doing something a little different this time and doing my hair as well. It's not going to be an all the time thing, but today I just feel like doing my hair, so yeah, I want to do that as well. So the lashes I'm going to be using today are my XO Beauty Faux Mink lashes, and I'm going back to the OGs for this look. So I'm going to go in with this style here called Thunder, and I'm going to pop these on off camera and then I'll be back to show you guys the completed look. Okay, so here we have the completed look with the lashes and with hair. I have hardly ever curl my hair because it's like so long and it takes forever, but I've recently started doing it again. Like, well, I did it once and I really liked it, so I was like, oh, I'll do it again. And I did it for this TikTok, which it sounds kind of lame when I say it, but the TikTok is really cool. So I'll pop my link down below for my TikTok. I've never actually put a TikTok link down below. I think you can get a link for that. So yeah, I'll pop that down below if that's possible, because I'm getting quite into making the TikToks lately. They're quite fun and yeah, I'm enjoying that. Anyway, the makeup, I really like this look. It's super pretty. I've never really done silver with brown before. I don't know why, like I've always just kind of done it with black because I guess they're both kind of cool colors. I just always kind of paired them together, but with the brown looks really nice too, so I think I'm definitely gonna be using these colors together in the future again. You really can't go wrong with a cut crease. I just love cut creases so much. Basically my entire channel is cut creases. What do you guys think? Do I need to switch it up a little bit, or are you a fan of the cut creases as well? Because that's really what I like to do, so otherwise I'll just continue to do them unless you guys say something. So yeah, please let me know. I think I've pretty much used all the shades in the Native palette now. Most of them, I think there's just one that I haven't used. Oh no, two actually. So Kia and Pika Pika, oh, and Archie as well. So there's 3 shades. It is kind of hard when there's a lot of shimmers and not many mattes because it's hard for me to combine, you know, multiple shimmers into a look. So yeah, I always tend to use all the matte ones first and then kind of make my way through the shimmer shades. So I will get around to using those, but so far I'm really happy with the palette. I love the color selection, I love the formula, and I love the packaging. I love the shade names. I guess there's not really much else you can ask for in terms of an eyeshadow palette. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video. If you did, then please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, then give it a thumbs down. But if you did enjoy this video, then feel free to hit that subscribe button and tick that little bell button so you can get notified every time I post a new video. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.